Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, my fellow students. Now I am the rebellion. I am part of the rebellion. So today we're gonna go fast because we are going to fight against the lupa lah pula dalam Star Wars tu apa oh belakang tu ada destroyer, so be careful, be careful. Okay, so today what we're gonna learn is we are going to learn algebraic indices. Okay, this is part of your what we call your chapter 7. We've already learned this, but that is on numbers. Today we are going to learn regarding the algebra. Okay, so basically it's just the powers of unknowns. Okay, power of unknowns. Okay, so as you all know and as you all aware, okay, there are a few rules of indices. Okay, let us list out. After we list out, we do some examples. Okay, so the first one, the rules of indices. Okay, number one, okay, we have this, which is when you multiply. Multiplication. Okay, so it's when you have a to the m times a to the n. Okay, what do you do if you have this? Okay, if you see that with the same base, okay, what you need to do is you need to add the indices. Okay, add the powers together. Okay, let's do an example. Okay, example, let's say if we have y square multiplied by y to the power of 3. So what do you need to do for this? It's going to be just y2 plus 3. Okay, you just add the indices here. So it's going to be y to the power of 5. Okay, simple enough. Okay, number 2, we have the division. Okay, what if you have a division? Okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, the rule is am divide by an, or you can also have am divide by an. Okay, now this, if you are dividing the powers, what you need to do is you just need to minus the powers. Okay, okay, so let's do an example. Let's say if we have what, let's say we have d. Let's say it's d 5 divide by d to the power of 10. Okay. Okay, this is actually, we can also write this as d to the power of 5. We are doing a division here, so we can just minus the powers here and here. We just minus. Okay, which leaves us with the answer of d to the negative 5. Okay, d to the power of negative 5. Okay, now we also have 3 when we have brackets. Okay, let's say if we have a to the m, this. Okay, so a power onto the bracket of the power. Okay, means kita ada bracket, kat luar ada tu power. Okay, so what we need to do actually here, this should be am times n. Okay, okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, let's say if we have a number, sorry, not number, but an unknown. Okay, let's say f. Okay, f to the power of 3 to the power of negative, let's say it's negative 2. Okay, so what this is this is actually f to the power of 3 times negative 2. Okay, if you work this out, this is going to be f to the power of negative 6. Okay, isn't that easy? Okay, number 4, we have the 0 index. Okay, what this means is if you have a to the 0, okay, this must be always equal to 1. Okay, let's say if we have what kind of number unknown, say if you have x to the 0, okay, this is 1. Okay, doesn't matter what unknowns we have, anything with to the power of 0 is 1. Okay, now we also have the negative index. Okay, you might have asked here, Ustaz, how is this? Because this is f to the negative 6. Okay, so let's take that example back. Let me write the rule first. So if you have a negative index, a to the negative m, okay, what this means is actually 1 to the, okay, it's just a reciprocal. Reciprocal. Okay. So let's say if we have an example earlier, f to the negative 6, this is actually 1 to the f, 1 over f to the power of 6. Okay. Easy enough. Okay, so I guess this is quite common for you. And then we also have number 6. Okay, fractional indices. Okay, I'll give you an example first. The first thing is if we have a to the 1 over n. Okay, this is actually a to the power root of n. Okay, the root of a. Okay, so let's say if I have let's say if we have h, okay, to the power of 1 over 3. Okay, what this actually means is h cube root. Okay, so you just need to put 3 over on that side. Okay, okay, easy. And we also have, what if you have a m to the power of n? Okay, so what this is actually, okay, firstly we have this, we remember from earlier, so we just do things like that. So this is actually a to the power of n. Now we need to bracket everything and make that to the power of m. Okay, easy. Okay, let's say if we have, let's do an example. Okay, let's say if we have k to the power of 2 over 3. Okay, usually in IGCSE, they don't usually give you complicated powers. They will give you simple powers. Okay, let's say if you have this, so this is actually k, okay, cube root of k, everything to the power of 2. Okay, easy enough. Okay, and it works vice versa basically. Okay, so from here, we can actually move over there. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, a point to note here. Okay, a point to note. Okay, what if you have coefficients in front of the unknown? Okay, coefficients mean what number do we have in front of the unknown? Okay, for example, let's say if you have, example here, 2x square times 4x to the power of 6. Okay, so we know that from here we can actually just add the powers here. Okay, which makes this equation to be x to the power of 2 plus 6. Okay, that is equal to 8. Okay, but how about the coefficients in front? Okay, the numbers in front, what we need to do, just multiply the numbers. Okay, if you have a division, you just divide the numbers. So here, 2 multiplied by 4, this is 8. So our answer is this. Now, I will give you another example. What if you have, let's say, 2y to the power of 3 to the power of, let's say, let me change that, 4y to the power of half. Okay, so if you have this, okay, so basically what we want is we want to deconstruct everything. We want to eliminate the bracket. Okay, so basically if you have this, what you need to do is you need to put the index on both the coefficient and also the unknown. Okay, so that is going to be 4 to the power of half y 3 times 1 to the half. Okay, so this one we already know that if you have a power, it's actually a square root, the square root of 4. Y, you just need to multiply that. This is 3 over 2. Okay, if you simplify things, this is going to be 2. And then if you want to change this to square root and everything, it's going to be y square root to the power of 3. Okay. Now, the hard part, not that hard, but you need to know which rule to use. Okay. Remember, we have the fractional indices rule, negative index, zero index, brackets, division, and also multiplication. Okay. Now, I'll give you an example. What if you have something a bit complicated? Okay. Let's say they ask you to simplify. Let's do one example from the book. Okay. Okay, let's say we do x to the power of 4 divided by x to the 6 times x to the negative 3 over 5. Okay, so we have a lot of rules to use for this one. Okay, so first and foremost, what can we change? Okay, we can actually change one of the okay, we can change that actually. Okay, we can change that to, this is the fractional indices. Okay, we don't have any power here, so which means it's must be x 1 over power 4. That is that. X to the power of 8, let's leave it like that, and this just leave it like that. Okay, so what we can have is actually x 1 over 4 over x to the power of 6 times x to the power of negative 3 over 5. Okay, so now we have here a division. Okay, we have here a division. Then we have a multiplication here. So what we can do here is actually, okay, let's do the let's change this first. Okay, so we have x to the power of 6. Okay, because we have the same number, same base over here, so we can actually just plus those two things together. Okay, and here we have divide x to the power of 1 over 4. Okay, let's do this part first. Okay, so 6 plus negative 3 over 5. Okay, so let's compute this. This, just press your calculator. Okay, 6 plus negative 3 over 5. Okay, this is equal to x 5 2 over 5. Okay. Or if you want to change that to improper fractions, okay, let's do that. Okay. This is 27 over 5. Okay. Remember, we still have this ax1 over 4, okay, in front. So what we need to do here, oops, sorry, what we need to do here now is to simplify that. Okay, let's simplify this equation now. Okay, now we have the division rule, okay? So let's do that. Okay, it's gonna be 1 over 4. Okay, because it's a divide, so we just need to minus 27 over 5. Okay, now over here, this is actually just a minus of fractions. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, I wouldn't be bothered, doing it manually because we have a calculator. So 1 over 4 minus 27 over 5. So the answer is going to be, I'll change everything to, um, mixed numbers. So they're not mixed numbers, but improper fractions. So this is going to be ax to the power of 103 over 20. Okay. Now, let's change this now to a form of a to the n power of m. Okay. So basically, we know that this is a negative number. Okay. So if that's a negative number, what we can do is we can do this. 1 divide by negative, 1 divide by 103 over 20. Okay, because this we are using the rule of negative. Okay, negative index. So a, a to the negative n equals to. Okay, so let's do that. This is going to be x to the power of 20 over 103. Okay, and from here, we will use this rule. Okay, which makes our final answer to be, okay, this one, take the bottom, 103, and then power, just take one on the top, 20. Okay, okay, I guess that's all for today. Okay, so what do you need to do? Okay, please answer. Um, please answer 2 things that you need to answer. Exercise 12.3, question number 5 only, and then both student assessment. Okay, student assessment 1, and also student assessment 2. Okay, all. Okay, I guess that's all for today. Okay, thank you very much, student. I'm still on a journey to meet Emperor Palpatine. So make dua for me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.